right, we're on unit 5 and on the last day. All right, so the first thing is a chart. Okay, so I'm going to try to draw out this chart. And it's fractions, decimals, and percents. And I have 1/5 here, 2.01 here, and 0.7% here. So I have to fill in all the missings, okay? All right, so to turn 1/5 into a decimal, well, I'm going to have to turn it into a percent too, so I should put my decimal point into 100s. I know 5 can go into 100 20 times because I should know that there are $25 bills in exchange for a $100 bill. Okay, so my decimal is that, or you could just do out the math. 5 goes into 10 2 times, drop down the 0, 5 goes into 0 0 times. Okay, so this hundredths place value is my percent. All right, so I know that this as a percent, that's the easy one. I just move it behind the hundredths place. It's going to be 201% over one full percentage, and that makes sense because this has a whole number on it. It's more than 1, it's more than 2 actually. So I know my fraction is going to have a whole number 2 and a 1, and the 1 is in the hundredths place. This is less than 1%, okay, so when I do it as a decimal, I'm going to have to make it a really small decimal. So I know I got to put 2 places in front of that 7, and it's going to be 0.007. Okay, so that 7's in the thousands place, so as a fraction, it's 7 over 1,000. So that was question 1 through 6. So question 7, 30 is 12.5 of what number? All right, so 30 is means equals. Got to turn this into a decimal, so it's going to be 0.125. Of means multiplication. What number means my variable, right? So this is being multiplied to the n. So to get rid of it, I divide. If I'm going to divide fractions, I got to change the place value. So I'm going to put this decimal behind the thousands place. Well, that means I need to do that here. So the decimals at the end of the number move to the thousands place. So my fraction becomes this. All right, so now I got to divide. 125 goes into 300 twice. Okay, that's going to be 250. So I'm going to get a remainder of 50, drop down a 0. 125 goes into this 4 times. So 4 times that is actually exactly right on the dot, 500. Drop down my last 0. 125 goes into 0 0 times, so n equals 240. Makes sense, kind of, right? So 12% of what number equals 30? What number has to be bigger? 240 is bigger, okay? This should say what number is, but what is also tells me I need an x. Equals 60 times. This time I'm going to make it a fraction. So percents out of 100, okay? I'm going to go ahead and cancel these zeros, and then I'm going to do these two numbers by 5. So 5 goes into 10 2 times, 5 goes into 35 7 times. I can also cancel this and this because 2 goes into 2 1 time and into 6 3 times. That's going to leave me with this to multiply. Okay, So 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 1 is 1, which equals 21. Makes sense because this number needs to be smaller because this is going to make that 60 smaller. $35 is what percent? Means my percent is what's missing. Okay, that's the question mark. Of 105. So this time the percent is what's missing. Okay, so this is multiplied to the percent, so I have to divide to get rid of it. Same thing over here. Okay, that cancels out. I'm going to do my division over here. 35 goes in the hat, 105 on the outside. 105 can't go into 35, so I put my decimal and I make a tens place. Okay, 105 can go in the 353 times, so that is going to give me 315, which leaves me with a deficit of 3, an extra amount of 35. Now I need to go out to the percent, so I'm going to add another 0 to get me to the hundredths place. Okay, so it's the same thing again. All right, 315. All right, and it's going to keep repeating. So I turn my decimal into a percent, and it is 33%. And you could have put 33.3, 33 repeating, whatever was best. Okay, so this one you have to look at that advertisement that I gave you. Okay, so we're going to be reading the advertisement for number 10 through 12. I hope I can fit them all. Okay, so number 10, if the freshwater pearls had an original price of $300, but are marked down to $69, what percent were they reduced to? And you'll see on that advertisement, they have a string of freshwater pearls for $69. Okay, so the original was $300. We don't know the percent, but we know that the equaling price, what it ended up being the total price, was $69. Okay, so we have to figure this out. The 300 is being multiplied to the n, so to get rid of it, I have to divide it. What I do to one side, I've got to do to the other. Okay, so now n equals this division problem. Because I'm trying to find a percent, I'm going to put my decimal in, and I'm going to go out to the hundredths place. This is tens, hundredths. Okay, so 300 can go into 690 two times. It's going to give me 600. 300 can go into 900 3 times. That's going to give me 900, and I can stop there. If I turn 0.23 into a percent, it's 23%. So those pearls were 23% off of the price. Okay? So, and that is going to give us, well, it's more than 23%. So if that's just the percentage, okay, that's the percentage of the decrease, then it's actually 120%. And that makes sense because it's a great amount different. Okay? If the sapphire diamonds were originally priced at 600, but the markdown price is 199, what percent were they reduced? I'm going to follow this one a little bit different. First, I'm going to figure out what the discount is. All right, so I'm going to subtract these two. There was a difference of $409. We dropped in price $401. So this time I don't have to do that extra 1 at the end. Okay, I started with original price of 600. I don't know the percent, but it equals a drop in price of 401. Okay, divide both sides by 600. I want to get a percent, so I want to bring this number out to the hundredths place, so 2 zeros. 600 can go into 4,000 at least 4 times, but I am actually going to say that it can go in 6 times. So let's see if I'm right. think I was. All right, and I get similar number again, and I am going to say, 7 would be 42, so it has to be 6 again. All right, and I could work out all this math, and it would give me 42 this time, and the next time would be a 7, okay? Which would round that up to 67%. There was a 67% decrease in price. All right. Sally has a handbag that costs $60, sportswear for $35, and Samsung tablet for $250. Given the discount on the flyer, which for clothes and sportswear and handbags, but not for digital, okay, nothing digital, so the price of the Samsung tablet does not get discounted. Not. But these two do, okay, and they get 20% off. Okay, so it is 60 plus 35, which is 95. They get 20% off, which means they get a decrease of, let's go ahead and make this a fraction. I'll do some cross canceling because it just makes my math a lot easier. So $19. I get $19 off of this total. So 19 off the 95. So let's go ahead and do that math. And that's $76. So I'm only going to pay $76 for the discounted stuff. Plus I got to pay full price for the Samsung tablet. So the total bill is going to be $326. So I saved $19. Okay, that's all of the homework for this day. Do the homework, get back to me if there's any questions, and I will see you in class.